Okay, hello, hi, good evening. Okay, my name is Muhammad Izzat Mehmet Sabri, and this is our third meeting for the LAX 2003 for the groups 206. Okay, here I would like to introduce our group, our new group members. We start from the left side, as usual, Masura, Fatini, Amira, and next.
Kahong.
Okay, this is Aiman, and then this is Akim, Fahmi, and this is the Kiran. Okay, so for today, like have been discussing about the Frozen movies last week. Okay, for this week we are going to discuss about the movies of the title Brave. So maybe I can pass to Kiran, our new members, to talk about the character about the Merida. Okay, Kiran, what do you think about the character of Merida?
Okay, in this movie, they created a different character as a female because most of the characters is like suitable for a male person. So the first character that I seen from her is Brave, with the title of the movie, because she volunteers herself to the competition of the archery, so that she wouldn't be like married to any of the prince from the clans, other clans. Moreover, she's also like a girl, kind of adventurous girl, because she's very active in archery and kind of other adventurous sports. So his mother won't. Her mother doesn't like the character, but his father supports her because he's a king. So he also likes her to be the same character as him. Her mother wants the Queen Elidor wants her to be like a normal princess, like following the traditions, all, but she doesn't like that. So she fights her mother to be a different kind. So she's also even like a little selfish, because she tried to make a spell to change the mother's thinking so that she won't get married to a clan kings. So that's kind of rude. Yes, after her mother turned into bear, she was willing to take care of her mother until and she also tried hard to transform her mother back to a normal person. So that shows her love to her mother.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a short summary about the princess character. Okay. So maybe we can pass to Amira. Maybe she needs something to talk about.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kahong, and now I'll talk about the character of the Queen, the mother, Queen Eleanor. So basically, Queen Eleanor is more like a typical mother. She wants her daughter to get the best, according to what her perception. She thinks that as a lady, as a woman, she has to know how to cook, how to dress pretty, how to make up, how to learn all the um, you know, like the girly thing is not more to the boyish side.
Yeah, ladies.
Sorry.
Ladies thing.
Yeah, ladies thing, and especially for Merida, she will be take over the place and become a queen in one day. So she wants her daughter to become like her, and also in this process, actually, Merida is not one. She doesn't want to be what her mother wants her to be. So she tried to fight with her mother, and she also tried to use the spell, because she realized that she doesn't have any. There's no way to change her mom perception. So, but after her mom turns into bear, they both of them, they have some precious time together. They spend time together, and her mom realized that she actually has to let Merida
To be herself.
she has to understand her thinking and her feeling, without just putting everything and makes her one according to the plan one. So in the end, after this, for this is in for example, in real life, most of the parents they are like that. But after they spend time get to know their children, understand their children, they can actually change their perception, and so it is good because it's not controlling somebody's life, somebody's future, and in the end, Prince Eleanor didn't force her daughter to get married with any prince.
Okay, good explanation from all. Okay, actually, I want to not to say that Amira's going to just pass the camera. Okay, so a good explanation about the character of the Eleanor. Okay, so I will be giving a bit like comments on the king's character is the Fergus. Okay, Fergus, the Merida's father, is a very funny character actually. It's like because it's the one that is influenced the character of the Merida a lot. Who's the teaching her how to write poems and everything. Okay, so for this character, it's like really resemble like father's character in the real world. Because you know, right? The real world is like mommy is like the one that give like a lot of talking, like more like overprotective, and then the father is always cool with everything that we done. Okay, for the Fergus character, quite funny because we can see whenever still remember how the Eleanor turns into bear, and then they wonder the bad bear and then the Modu. Okay, what is the bad bear? But since the Fergus is like the funny moment whenever he used to persuade the Modu to come to the clan because he's mistaken this bear as the wife, and then as the king hunter or the bear hunter because he like the bear to hunt the bear. So whenever you see the bear, he want to kill it. Even the Eleanor, so he want to hunt the Eleanor down. And luckily, at the end of the story, all of the family get together back. Yeah. Okay, maybe I can pass to my friend to talk about the good values about the character on this movie. Maybe you can comment about this thing.
Okay. I will talk about the positive elements that I found in this story. There is first thing is that I found is this movie actually shows about two strong, caring and brave women who inspired of their differences, love of each other. Then that Prince Merida after that Princess Merida discovers that her mother actually has love and care for her as much as anyone else does. Okay, then I would like to add on about actually this movie want to tell us about whereas moms here has to prepare for her kids for the real world that they will face, but then the daughters have a desire for freedoms, and they have their own thinking to make their own decision. Okay, then but this is what we can see here, that actually her moms actually just want to make her a beautiful woman in her world, because she doesn't want her daughter to sleep out just because of her adventurous characteristics. She wants her daughter to be as beautiful woman as she wants, so that she can be what we can say here as useful to the world. I think that's all that I can say about this positive element that I found here. Thank you.
Alright, so nice explanation from Fahmi. Okay, so maybe Mastura, our group leader, can say something about the character of that movie. Any additional point? Anything?
Another additional point is about the three king from another country, which is King Macintosh, King McGuffin, and another one is King. I don't remember his name, but what I'm salute about these characters is they are really stand for their countries. That they wanted to fight. They wanted to fight to get their prince to be married with the Princess Merida. So at that in this movie, all three characters are really say a lot of good things about their country, which means that they are all very patriotic and really doesn't want to lose. That is it's quite a funny moment that I found in this movie lah. And then about Merida itself, I think it's very different from other Disney princess and other Disney princess because it's quite there's no love story in this movie at all, which means it's quite different from other story, and it's quite interesting to see that how passionate she is because since she was small until she grown up, it's the same. She always be the same person without changing, having the change like some girls when they are little they are very different, when they are grown up they are really different, but this character Merida is all the same. It's same all the way until she's so that I say that she's the same because okay because she have the willing to fight for her country without thinking what will happen to her, and she is very protective over her family, and that's all from me.
Yeah. So Fatini, maybe you want to say something? Maybe the any values that you find. Maybe you want to talk about the twins, the brothers of the Merida brothers.
I think that one of the big message in this movie is a girl can be a hero. Normally we see in other movies all the stereotypes. Usually a guy is the hero, and the girl is always like portrayed to be the big one. But in this movie, the Merida is the hero, and actually the dad is the father, who is like the male protagonist, turns out to be the bad guy in the movie. So I think that it's a really amazing movie because finally girl power is being portrayed to our society nowadays. That's it.
Okay, very clear explanation about the rules of the Merida and the fathers, mothers, and everything. Okay, so maybe we want to highlight like the beginning, bring back the relation like families value or friendship value. Maybe you want to say anything about the family values?
I want to say something about the family value. Actually, from the movie, the most value that the family movie that most can see at the ending of the story, where all the king, the princess Merida, and the three little boy in the family that call it
Close.
get close together after the princess turn back to the from bear to the human, and also the tree turn back from bear to human. So from this scene we can see the family value is very high, and we can see that they are very love each other. Is that all from you?
I want to add something. Okay, for this movie, we can see that the relationship between the mother and daughter. We see the Princess Merida and her Prince Eleanor. When the Prince Eleanor turned to a big black bear that her daughter take care of his mother. Whether his mother become a bear, and she also take care the mother, give her mother eats what her mother wants, and I think it's a moral value that we have to accept our mother, whenever it's a woman, being a woman or being get a spell and become the bear, and so on. That's it for me.
Alright, okay, so we continue back here. So we have talked about the characters and then the values of the story. Maybe there are one more value about like maybe like love value. Maybe like Mira can comment about this value.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, I will talk about the love. Mastura said that there are no love story, which means between man and woman. It can show through the Princess Merida. She doesn't interest to be in relationship with the prince. So the love that when we can emphasize through the movie is parent love and love to herself, means to ourselves. Merida shows she love to herself very much because she act like she want. So she never do care about her mom says or anything. And the love from parent is, we can say through the mother, the Queen Eleanor. Actually, she want her daughter to be loved through the characteristic of the princess as a lady, not the adventurous characteristic. Because of that, I can say the queen try to make up the princess self. So maybe that is the love, the importance of love in family. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so that's how all of our members have comment in the brief movie. Okay, so maybe we can highlight one more thing about the value, maybe like friendship value inside this movie. You can see how all the clans try to help this Merida clan to recover the mothers, to become human once again. Okay, and then maybe one more value which is not that very prominent in this movie about like bad character. You can say about the witch can be part of the bad character because they just like taking advantage when people like want a bad thing to do. So she's the one that caused all of this because she's the one that turned the Eleanor into the bear, and then the witch like it's not being turned back into the normal one within one day. So the Eleanor will be the bear forever and then everything. So there's like some people like very selfish because they willing to do anything. I think is it good or bad? But willing to do anything as long as they get the benefit. So this is not a good thing to be highlighted inside one character. And then is there anything you guys want to add on?
That's one thing that I want to add on, which is this movie is actually not really suitable for kids because there are a lot of like violence and scary parts where when there is one time when Merida is really mad at her mother and she used her weapon to tear down the blanket using a sharp knife or whatever, because it's not really suitable for children because the children below 10 will like follow what she's doing without thinking whether it's good or bad. So I think it's not really a good movie for young kids, age 10 and below. That's all.
Okay, what do you see, Kira? What is it like anything like you think like the bad
recommend like animated movies should reduce the violence system, for example, from this movie. So it's better so the kids can watch the movie too.
Okay. And Aiman want to say something.
Actually, I have agree with all the opinion. Okay, how about you?
I think it's an enjoyable movie, and we can see this movie is a little bit different from the other animation movie. Like the movie before, that we can find a love in the movie like a prince and a princess love, but in this movie actually it's a little bit different. That a princess is don't want to be what we call a little princess, but he want to be a adventure girls and hardcore girls. Because I think this movie is interesting for boys and girls. That's all.
Alright, so I think it's time to sum up because we have to go for the Friday prayer. Okay, so to sum up, this movie is like a very good movie because it highlight the family value first thing, and then second thing about the love value and everything. So all in all, it's a very interesting movie, and I give 5 stars for this movie. And I represent all of my friends, would like to say thank you for watching the video, and we hope we're going to see you again for the next week. Alright, okay, bye.